Where do titans come from? A deal with the devil of the earth? A gift from God? Or natural phenomena? It is often said by the Malians that 2,000 years ago, Ymir Fritz made a deal with the devil himself for unmatched titan power, to rule the earth and to exterminate all other peoples other than the Eldian race. This, however, is proven to be propaganda when we delve deeper into the origins of the Titans. The Titan story does indeed begin 2,000 years ago, but in a much more brutal and different way. A kind young girl called Ymir was getting on with her normal life in her village, when one day a savage tribe attacked her. An expansionist tribe that kills and enslaves people, and for those who it enslaves, there is an awful fate. They will have their tongues cut out, and if they rebel, their eyes will be gouged out as punishment. This tribe was called the Eldians. Ymir was enslaved, her tongue was cut out, and her family was murdered by them. One night, she had released a few pigs from their pen by opening the gate. When the evil king threatened all the slaves with removing their eyes, they all pointed to Ymir as the culprit. She was then told that she was free to go, as part of a cruel game to later be hunted down for sport. The Eldian soldiers then pursued her like a wounded animal, striking 2 arrows into her, one in her back and the second in her leg. Desperate and injured, she stumbled upon a ginormous tree with a chasm at its base. She then entered into it seeking refuge, not knowing that this decision would change the fate of humanity. Unknown to her, there was a massive drop near the entrance filled with water, and in the water, there was a very strange creature known as the source of all living matter. As she sank deeper into the chasm, the creature made contact with her spine, and with a huge reaction of energy and light, the first ever Titan was born. What is the source of all living matter? The source of all living matter is the theoretical name given to the spine-like creature that fused with Ymir, creating the founding Titan. It could be described as, well, like this. While it is not confirmed as the source of all living matter, it definitely has a dramatic impact on whatever it comes to contact with. For example, the tree that Ymir walked into towered over all the trees in the woods. An anomaly is a better way to describe it, after seeing the effect it has on living things. The founding Titan was the most powerful Titan to ever exist. It was vast in size and could carry out complex tasks such as building bridges, cultivating lands, and decimating armies. All Titans who came after her, despite being powerful, had fragments of her power. The evil King Fritz used Ymir to carry out his atrocities across the land and subjugated all other people, such as the Malians. As a reward, he made Ymir his concubine and had 3 daughters with her, named Maria, Rose, and Sheena. After 13 years of being a concubine for the king, she sacrificed herself to save him from an assassination attempt as she got in the way of a spear. She seemed to be suffering from Stockholm Syndrome as she loved and died for a man who murdered her whole family and mistreated her for 13 years. This is also where the curse of Ymir comes in. Once a subject of Ymir inherits one of the 9 Titan powers, they can only keep it for 13 years as they cannot surpass the founding Titan. After her death, the king forced her daughters to eat her remains so that they too will inherit the power of the Titans and keep Eldia as a dominant force in the land. This is how the 9 Titans were created, through first her 3 daughters and then the generations after them. The people who followed them became subjects of Ymir as they were related to her via blood rather than just being Eldians. I do not believe that the spinal fluid injections would work on Eldians unless they were blood related to Ymir. After Ymir died, she found herself in a barren, faraway land. This place is called the Paths, which connects all the subjects of Ymir together. The Paths sort of look like an aurora borealis, otherwise known as the Northern Lights. When Ymir's children ate her flesh, 3 paths were created originally, to the barren land and towards Ymir. Ymir is the coordinate for which these paths converge. Then as her subjects grew in number, more paths were created towards the coordinate, which shows that all subjects of Ymir are connected to her. This was something that was theorized by the Malian Titan Biological Research Society. When they saw that if one of the 9 Titan holders died without being eaten, the power was transferred to a random Eldian who was also the subject of Ymir. The pure Titans, however, were Eldians who were injected with Titan spinal fluid by the Marleyans, which transformed them into mindless Titans that were out to eat people. They were used as weapons of war. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment below and let's discuss more Attack on Titan lore.